Hi, this is Nick Phoenix and Hollywood Choirs. Hollywood Choirs is a virtual instrument that allows you to type in whatever you want and the choir will sing it back to you. This is our third adventure into a word building choir, and we've made huge strides with this software. You'll see now that the Word Builder button is built into the interface because Word Builder is built into Play, so I can just go into it right there. And I'm going to type in Votox, which is the direct phonetic language that the software uses. You can also just type it in English. I get better results by directly using Votox, and it's pretty easy to get a handle on it. You can see there's a window here. It shows you all the letters that are available, and you can experiment and see what they do exactly. And so I'm going to type in "I will fight for justice." So I diphthong. That's a diphthong. Will fight, another diphthong, for justice. And I'm going to copy that text. And I have another instance of Play with the women's choir. And I'm going to just paste that in there. And now I can play around and see what it sounds like. So here I was using the mod wheel to control dynamics, and the dynamic range in this library is exactly as we recorded in the hall. Let me go back into Word Builder, and I mentioned diphthongs, and part of the reason that sounded good is that we're doing things under the hood for you so that you really don't have to think about too much, what's going on. So there are automatic crossfades built in, so when you type two vowels in a row like that for a diphthong, it is creating what we consider to be the perfect fade so that it sounds real out of the box. And we're doing a lot of that in this new library, and it really pays off. So let me continue, and I'm going to use the built-in library. There's 110 phrases that come with Hollywood Choirs, and so this is let's try Troll in the Dungeon, and do the same for the women. The menu's cut off the it's a large menu that pops off the side of the interface. You can't see it, but and so let's do Troll in the Dungeon for the women as well. The sound quality, the dynamics, they are just in another league. And the reason that it is the case with this library is, first of all, the choir that we recorded and the quality of singers. And we made an enormous effort to make sure that the noise floor was extremely low. We made sure that the noise floor was low enough so that we were able to use zero noise reduction on this library. I'm going to just continue and let's go back into Word Builder here. Here's the word troll. You can see that there's TROL and there's some overlapping going on. And of course, it's very easy to control that if you want to hear more of a letter. Another thing that I find is that sometimes it's better just to mess with the length than to try to change volumes. Just lengthen a constant a little bit, and you can hear it a little bit more, and that's kind of a very quick and easy way to control that. I'm going to go into phrases, and this is an interesting one. The world is round, and I'm choosing this because it's just something a little bit different, maybe not in the typical symphonic or choral tradition. The world is round. Same thing for the women. And let's just go here. I can't tell you how great that feels to be able to control those dynamics with the mod wheel and to be singing whatever you type in. It's pretty incredible, and I just have to say hats off to everyone at East West, Nuno, Doug, and the whole team who worked on this enormous project. So I want to continue on, and I want to do some Latin phrases, and I just want to say something about Latin. I think there's a lot of libraries out there that have these sort of pseudo-Latin syllables that you could piece together and get some convincing results, but they are also extremely limited. So actually, doing Latin phrases in Hollywood choirs is just a lot more interesting. There's so much more that can be done. So I'm going to pull up, this is Caesar non supra grammaticus. And once again, I'm going to do the same thing for the women. I've loaded the women's and the men's legato O programs. True legato, recorded in a way that allows you to play at any speed. They sound great, slow, or playing very fast as well. All right, and let's try something similar with the men. I loaded up the O staccato of the women's choir, and I want to talk about the interface. If you look in the center, there's a new window, which is a graphic of the hall that we recorded in, and you can see all of the microphones in the hall, and the ones that are illuminated are the ones that are being used in the current mic position. So in the mains, we have a lot of different microphones. We made a super mix of the choir so that you wouldn't have to do a lot of mixing a lot of different microphones and have a hit on your CPU. So we have that. But if you want to have control and do different things, we have that as well. All right, so let's listen to the close mics. If I click on the close mic tab, you can see when it's loaded that the 4 close mics are illuminated in the interface, so now you know what you're listening to. So the mid mics are these 2 audience microphones. This is a stereo Josephson microphone 700S, and this is a Neumann binaural head. And in the middle there, I played the stage mics, and you can see that they light up here. And this is a a Neumann Decatree with outriggers. And yeah, I typed in "The brightest star shines upon my heart," and I'm going to play some of the more extreme ranges and dynamics just so you can hear what Hollywood choirs can do. In very difficult situations, it shines as well. And this is something that, this is one of the problems that we had with symphonic choirs, is that there were a lot of instances where certain things just didn't work, and that's not the case here. I've typed in "Do Not Forsake Me." I have a little bit of a longer piece, and I'm just going to play back a MIDI file. So as you can see, there's quite a bit of Latin here, and I'm going to go do the same thing for the men. And oh, but before I play this, I want to talk about reverb. So if you notice on the main interface page, I have the reverb turned off, and you are hearing some reverb additional on top of the actual samples, and that's coming from Spaces 2, which is the new version, the new Spaces, which is coming out quite soon. And we've done some incredible impulses there. So for this next little section, I want to use a Massive Cathedral preset from Spaces 2.